Good afternoon, everyone. So beautiful outside. Nice and sunny. But anyway, first of all, I know I said in the previous video that it was going to be a Matt behind the cam. But I figured the stories, Matt behind the cam is technically crazy stories that have happened in my life and stuff like that. This isn't my past relationships aren't exactly crazy. So I figured that this vlog will be all about my past relationships. Excuse me, I have YouTube up at the moment. So I guess I can go ahead and start things off by yawning first. Excuse me guys, I'm sorry about that. But where to start? Well, this month was me and Precia's 5-year anniversary. 5 years. Fantastic 5 years, by the way. So on behalf of that, I'm sorry y'all, I gotta turn on this light. It's driving me nuts. Okay. This looks a lot better now. But this is based on my past relationships that I wouldn't necessarily say all of them were relationships. A few of them were pretty relationshipy. Where to start? I could say the first girl that showed interest in me, I believe I was maybe 15 at the time. No, that's too early. Maybe 14. And she was some big fat bitch. Like fucking fat. Like huge. Way bigger than I was. But I said fuck it. I'll take what I can get. And we somewhat dated for like 3 months. 3 to 4 months. And to be honest, I'm glad technically I broke up with her because I quit talking to her. But we didn't really let me do nothing. She didn't let me fuck. She didn't kiss me. Maybe a peck on the cheek every now and then, but that was about it. I ain't get nothing. I ain't get to suck a titty. I ain't get to do nothing. Fuck that fat bitch. But I don't know if I pointed out, but she was like 3 years older than me. So she was like 16, 17. Somewhere around that time. And we would hang out sometimes, every now and then and stuff, And everyone around me was like, oh man, don't fucking kiss her. She a bitch, she a roller. Those of you that don't know who a roller is, because not too many people use that term anymore, but back when I was growing up, people used to call a girl a roller. And a roller is pretty much a girl who goes around going throughout the whole neighborhood. I don't know why I like laughing at It's just funny to me. These things does it all the time and I crack up every time. But yeah, pretty much a roller is that goes go all around the neighborhood. Yeah, they're like, oh, you Matt, she a roller. I'm like, well, I haven't seen her do that. Cause I'm like, this is the only fucking girl that's giving me the time of day. Shut the fuck up. That's what my, thought was at the time. So a few months went by. She talking about, oh, you gonna give me a promise ring and all that, and it's like, I don't know, cause I'm fucking stupid. I was really stupid back then. If I was the person I am now back then, it'd be a whole different story. But I was retarded back then. Excuse me. That goes to show how much interest I have in this bitch as I'm yawning while I'm telling the story. So a few months passed, she's asking for a promise ring and all of that. I'm like, well, I don't have any money. She's like, oh, well, why don't you give me a ring someone else has? I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. Anyway. Eventually, I do catch this bitch cheating on me. she was blowing a guy in the laundromat room in my old apartment complex in the hood back in the day. And I was just like, I ran home crying and shit to my mother. He was sucking his wee wee. And I didn't even confront her or anything. I just quit talking to the bitch. And the last time she came over to my house, she was like, "Oh, is Matt home?" I was like, "Tell her I'm not here. I'm dead. I'm gone. I'm dead in an alley somewhere." So while my stepdad was talking to me, she walked right into my house, grabbed a soda, and just said like, "Oh, he's not here. Okay." Just like, I'm like, "Bitch, you gonna take my fucking soda? You front." Yeah, that pretty much pissed me and my stepdad off. That she just walked into my fucking house like that. And to fast forward a little bit to the time to where I moved here, but I'd say maybe 2-3 years ago, I saw her again because I was visiting some friends that still lived over there at the time, and she saw me, and she was just like, "Oh man, how you doing, boo? How you doing?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, I'm good, whatever." But pretty much 3 years ago, I was like this now, where I'm like, I don't give a shit. She's like, "Oh man, how you doing, boo?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm good. I got a job and stuff now." "Oh, you got a job now? Oh, that's so good for you." And you're like, "Oh well, you know, I got a new phone number and stuff, so you know, if you don't mind, you know, if you want to give me a call later." I'm like, "Oh yeah, no problem. I'll make sure to do that." She walked away. I'm like, "Bitch!" Fucking threw that shit away. To this day, she's probably still blowing that guy she cheated on me with. Next one was, I don't fucking remember this bitch's name for some apparent reason, but I remember what she did to me. It was maybe a few weeks, and she left me for a dude, and last I heard, he got arrested because he abused her. And I remember not cracking up because that's kind of fucked up to laugh about, but I'm just like, that's what the fuck you get. You left me for a dude that beat the shit out of you every fucking day. That's what the fuck you get. That's pretty much what I was like. Next one. This girl, I can honestly say, is the only girl I really actually had strong feelings for, but it didn't work out between the both of us. I don't want to put her name out there because I think I'm still on somewhat good terms with her, even though I haven't talked to her in years. But it was kind of a moment of weakness, though, too. Because she broke up with me, and I was like, "I won't find another one." I was in that type of fucking shitty gay mood. I was kind of like a bitch. And she was like, "Well, you know, I have feelings for you, too, but, you know, I got this. And to be honest, and looking back at then and now, we wouldn't have fucking worked out anyway. So in a way, I'm glad we did break up. Because I would have got sick of her shit. She did get kind of annoying after a while. This one girl, we kind of talked in high school. And then during the summer, we never talked at all. And I know this is probably very extremely you would think I would have crazy girl stories, but I didn't really. But we talked a little bit in high school, and this is back when I think it was about 11th or 12th grade. By then, I was like, I don't give a fuck. That's when my new attitude started to grow, when I stopped giving a shit about everything. So when we came back from the summer, I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up? What's going on?" She was like, "Oh, you know, I'm good, but, you know, you do know we're not really going to work out, right?" I was like, "Oh, okay." And she was we both separated, we started walking to class, and I was like, "Are you sure? Because I ain't going to give you another chance." She's like, "Yeah, I'm sure." I'm like, "Alright. Alright." That's pretty much it. I haven't really talked to her recently since then, but I could say the only girl I really had an issue with was that first girl who was that big, fat, ugly bitch. But last I heard, she's still with like 5 kids. Now, on to the girls that rejected me. I got a whole fucking list of that shit. Santa Claus list ain't got shit on the list I have of being rejected. And it was always the same fucking ones. They're like, oh, you're too nice. I want to smack the shit out of a... Guys, to all the men that are here, if a girl that says, oh, I don't want to date you, you're too nice, I want you to smack them upside their damn head. I got sick of hearing that shit. Matthew, you're too nice. What the fuck you mean I'm too nice? The fuck kind of shit is that? You're too nice. Also, what? You want me to abuse you, do drugs, and snort coke off your asshole when you're dead? You know? And it's just fucking on my face. Or, oh, you alright. When a girl tells you that you're alright, that means you ugly as dog shit to them. And they don't want to hurt your feelings. My girl taught me that one. And of course, obvious reasons, since I grew up in the hood, I'm not exactly #1 on the black girls' top 10 list. But of course, I'm not gonna get too racy about the situation. I'm like, alright, you don't want that white card? That's fine. That's fine. That's completely fine. You don't have to date me because I mean, I think it's kind of shitty and you're kind of like... That's kind of fucking up your standards. No. I'm all open for exploring different races. Like, if you're an Asian person, you've been trying to date Asian women for years and it hasn't been working out, you should think to yourself, like, maybe I should date me like a German girl. Or an African chick, or a white girl, you know? Who knows? Always expand. Just like guys, we don't have a problem. We fucking ask for, you know, we look at the entire fucking menu. We don't just fucking look at one page and just say, oh, well, there's nothing to eat here. Okay, I'm not eating here anymore, you know? Explore your variety. There's thousands of us here. Don't fucking just set your standards on one simple thing. But at any rate, fast forward from them, I then meet Prisha, and of course you already know how all that turned around. I mean, relationships can be extremely hard, especially for, I think, I'm excited. I'm at loss for words right now. I'm excited at the fact that I've been with Prisha for about 5 years. Because this is I call it my first relationship because all the other ones weren't technically, or they didn't feel like relationships. It was just like a one-sided thing. It was like, oh, we're just together just to be together. Oh, we're only dating because we just hang out all the time, you know? And you know, I'm pretty happy. Not many people can say they found their true love in their first attempt at a relationship. Not many people can say that. Especially not in this day and age. Where people practically we're all fucking each other. But don't be so quick for a relationship. Get to know yourself before you get in a relationship. Because I think that's one of the issues I had. Is the reason why I ended up with some of these shitty girls I've been with leading up to Prisha. Is that I was too focused on being with someone rather than being by myself. That's why after the last girl that we kind of messed around a little bit and all that, when I got done with her, I was about to say fuck it and be by my damn self. And then once I said that and actually started just doing me, she came into my life. So if you're actually trying to find relationships and you're not having any luck, just say fuck it, I'm gonna be by myself and not give a shit. If you have that mentality, the person might come up out of nowhere, just like it happened to me. I know it's happened to plenty of other people. So if finding one isn't possible, then let one find you. That's pretty much what I learned in this life. If you can't find something, let it find you. Either way it might come. It might come next week, it might come in 10 years, it might come in 30 years, who knows? You just gotta be patient. And until then, I will see you guys next video.